A former model whose jealousy turned deadly, what began as a glamorous love story quickly spiraled into obsession, betrayal, and a murder that shocked the world. Majka Kukáčová was born in a small Slovakian town in 1990. With striking beauty and early ambition, she stood out from an early age. While other girls were daydreaming, Majka had already chosen her path. She was determined to become a model. As a teenager, she began posing for local photographers and took on small modeling jobs. But the small-town modeling scene in Slovakia couldn't match her larger-than-life dreams. She craved international fame, fashion runways, and magazine covers. So, at just 18, she packed up and moved to the UK, chasing her dream. Arriving in Bristol full of hope, Majka soon faced a harsh reality. Breaking into modeling in a foreign country was much harder than she imagined. With few opportunities, she faced financial strain. Dreams didn't pay rent. She picked up odd jobs, waitressing, cleaning hotel rooms, folding clothes in shops. The glamorous future she had envisioned never came. Her confidence started to fade. Still, she clung to her dream, determined to return to Slovakia one day as a success. Then, in 2010, a turning point came. A jewelry store in Bristol was hiring for customer service. Majka put on her best outfit and went in for the interview. That's when she met Andrew Bush, a 44-year-old self-made millionaire. Charismatic and driven, Andrew had built his jewelry empire from scratch, with no shortcuts, just early mornings, gym routines, and endless hours of work. He was wealthy, known, and lived a lavish life: fast cars, a mansion, and high social status. After divorcing the mother of his daughter, Ellie, Andrew began dating much younger women. When he met Majka, he was instantly drawn to her, and for Majka it felt like a dream. She'd landed a wealthy, charming man. Despite the age gap, their chemistry was intense. Andrew was captivated by her beauty. Majka was drawn to his boldness, his lifestyle, and luxury. He showered her with gifts, designer clothes, luxury handbags, and exotic vacations. They'd spend weekends at his villa in Spain. For Majka, it felt like a real-life fairy tale, but behind the glittering surface, cracks were forming. Andrew had a packed schedule, balancing meetings and business. Majka, on the other hand, wanted all of his attention. Whenever he was away too long, she'd bombard him with questions, accusations, and suspicion. Even small interactions with other women, like a friendly waitress, would set her off. Her jealousy was suffocating. At first, Andrew dismissed it as part of her fiery charm, but soon their fights escalated. Yelling, throwing things, and constant demands became the norm. Andrew, once smitten, started pulling away. The passionate love had turned into a trap. As the gifts slowed down, Majka didn't react with sadness. She became obsessed. Andrew no longer recognized her. The sweet woman he fell for had been replaced by someone controlling, intense, and unpredictable. She wanted access to his phone, demanded to know where he was, and kept tabs on his every move. Her spending became excessive: designer bags, jewelry, clothes, without asking, never checking the price. Andrew had had enough. The endless giving wore him down. Every time he set a boundary, she exploded. Once, she even faked a car accident just to get his attention. By November 2013, Andrew reached his breaking point. He was done. He had a business trip to the Middle East planned and told Majka she wouldn't be joining. She was furious. Then something strange happened. Just before his departure, Andrew came home to find Majka in handcuffs. She claimed the house had been robbed, and intruders tied her up, stealing valuables, including his passport, but there were no signs of forced entry, no witnesses, no fingerprints. Nothing about her story added up. Andrew didn't believe her, and instead of drawing him back in, it pushed him even further away. He ended the relationship for good, moved out, and never looked back. Majka couldn't accept it. She flooded him with photos, love quotes, and social media posts tagging him, desperate for a reaction. But Andrew remained silent. Even their mutual friends didn't respond. Eventually, Majka left the UK and returned to Slovakia. She made a new friend, tried to restart her life, and for a time it looked like she had moved on. Meanwhile, Andrew started dating again. Just a month later, he met Maria, a 20-year-old from Russia. Unlike Majka, Maria was independent, self-sufficient, and didn't rely on his wealth. With Maria, Andrew felt a sense of peace. Their relationship was easy. Their photos showed joy tropical vacations, parties, candlelit dinners, but someone was watching. Majka saw everything, the trips, the smiles, the life that used to be hers. Then came April 5, 2014. Andrew and Maria landed in Malaga at 9:30 p.m., heading to his villa for a quiet weekend. After picking up his Hummer, they stopped for a drink, then arrived at the villa near midnight. But something was off. Women's clothes were scattered near the entrance. Inside, they found pajamas, heels, and a suitcase. None of it theirs. Someone was inside. When Maria looked up, she saw a woman on the stairs, in pajamas. It was Majka, though they'd never met. Maria recognized her from Andrew's photos. Andrew had already taken legal action against Majka, requesting a restraining order, and now she was inside his villa. Maria ran outside in fear. Andrew stayed. He was furious. Majka had crossed a line. He wanted to confront her once and for all. Maria waited outside. Minutes later, Andrew appeared, expression blank. He told her to call the police. Then they both went back inside. Maria's phone was dead, so she plugged it in and waited. Then, 3 loud bangs, gunshots. She tried to tell herself it was something else, a dropped suitcase, a slammed door. But she knew. Majka soon walked out calmly. He's in the bathroom, she told Maria. He said I could take the car. Handing over the keys, still in shock, Maria stepped out. Majka got in the Hummer and drove off into the night. The villa door was locked. No response from Andrew. Once Maria's phone powered up, she called Andrew's sister, Rachel. Call the police right now. Rachel said. Police struggled to find the villa. Maria had to walk out and guide them. Inside, they searched room by room until they found Andrew. He was on the floor, lifeless, covered in blood. Shot twice in the head, once in the shoulder. A gun lay in his hand, but it was staged. Andrew didn't kill himself. There was no gunpowder on his hands. The shots had come from 5 feet away. Majka had disappeared. The Hummer was found abandoned nearby. A massive manhunt began across Europe. 4 days later, Majka walked into a police station in Slovakia. She claimed she came to turn herself in. Her new boyfriend had flown her out, but she convinced him to return to Slovakia instead. Her story: she said she went to Spain to tell Andrew she was pregnant. But she wasn't pregnant. She claimed Andrew became violent and tried to shoot her. She said the gun went off by accident, but forensics proved otherwise. He never touched the weapon. This was no accident. It was premeditated murder. 6 weeks later, Majka was extradited to Spain, jailed without bail. In May 2016, her trial began. She tried to portray herself as the victim, said Andrew abused her. But if that were true, why wait for him in secret? Why bring a gun? Her story changed again. First she was pregnant, then she wasn't. Then she said Andrew invited her to get her things, but again, why go alone? Her injuries didn't match any real struggle. Andrew's DNA wasn't found on her, and the gun was never linked to him. Only one person used it. Majka had a choice. Andrew left the house and told Maria to call for help. Instead of leaving, she stayed, armed herself, and waited. Then she pulled the trigger. On May 27, 2016, Majka Kukáčová was found guilty of murder and unlawful entry. She received 15 years and 6 months, 15 for murder, 6 months for breaking in. She was also ordered to pay 200,000 euros to Andrew's family. Her lawyers appealed, arguing her key meant it wasn't a break-in. In 2017, her sentence was reduced to 13 years and 9 months. But Andrew's family felt justice was never truly served. His body remained in Spain until 2022, tied up in legal delays and appeals. Then, that same year, Rachel, Andrew's sister, saw something chilling: photos of Majka freely living in Spain. No official statement, no media coverage, just silence. She had been released after just 8 years. Maria, devastated, shared her pain publicly. Andrew's ex-wife took their daughter Ellie to Spain to say goodbye. Even now, they continue searching for peace in a world where justice doesn't always last. If you found this case fascinating, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. We post new crime stories every night. Until next time, stay sharp, stay vigilant.